Fascists are super fucking repetitive. They love to hear themselves talk, and they repeat themselves all the time. That's why they are so good at driving home the messages and the half-truths. When I see falsehoods being spread on the right and then magnified, amplified by these groups that have tons of money and billionaires, all these oligarch type people, when I see those messages broadcasted, duplicated, multiplied, when I see that over and over and over, and when it changes the narrative or when they try to rewrite history, it saddens me because I know it to be half-truth. I know it to be falsehood. People aren't stopping to call them on it or stop it. And they know if they could just send a deluge of it, that, you know, the people that are upset with it will eventually just give up because it's just so many waves of it coming at you for so long. You know, kind of like drowning or waterboarding, you're bound at some point just to hit a breaking point. And that's all they're doing with this fascist, right-wing, half-truth propaganda, Putin, Russian bullshit, is they're just waterboarding us with it. It saddens me when I know the truth and I speak the truth. I just don't think it's being talked about enough. That's by design. The truth is just an option now. These people have created so much misinformation that people who don't pay attention, who aren't educated, can't physically take the time it takes to wade through all this stuff. That's what they've done. And they just want to rewrite history. That's what they've done in the past. They've whitewashed history. They're just trying to whitewash history again, rewrite history, and change the country into a fascist theocracy. And that sounds all gloom and depressing, and it is. But the beauty of it all is that with our sheer numbers, they can't do shit against us. So if y'all let the misinformation divide us, then yeah, it's pretty scary. But if you don't let it divide us, and if you guys come together and vote for Kamala, we don't have to worry about it. And it doesn't even cost anything to vote. You have to spend time and energy to register to vote, and you have to spend gas to go vote, or spend time to, you know, lick a stamp, or, you know, vote early or whatever, you know, miss some sort of business that day from voting. But it's a small price to pay for freedom. Not everything is cheap these days, but voting is free. You know, voting is free. Up until now, they haven't spent nearly as much money on pro-democratic, progressive messages like they have on this fringe, alt-right, ultra-extremist, go back to the 50s bullshit that MAGA represents. They've spent so much money and time on that. It's stunning. And the repetition is just like the sheer amount of times they've transmitted that message and the amount of dollars that have gone through that core messaging is in contrast to like what the cat ladies have gotten together to like work on their messaging. It's ridiculous. So like when you see the numbers, volume of like voter suppression and dollars spent on like super PACs, you know, all this manipulation in local governments and federal governments, and like their paid trolls, and like all the people that they have to pay off, like the politicians, like all that cost is fucking insane. We're going up against Goliath, literally Goliath. All we got is a little fucking sling, and in that sling holds your vote. All you gotta do is hit him square in the fucking forehead with that goddamn vote. Freedom, like these idiots in the comments will say, isn't free, and that's why we have to pay fucking taxes, you goddamn dipshits.